Well, hi there. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Bill Cohen. I'll be your host today. Always wanted to say that. Anyway, wanted to describe to you what we got going on here. This channel was started there to basically highlight what we got going on for a project that will be my last truck that I will ever drive for my driving career. I've been driving since 1986, and my primary truck that I'm driving now is doing a pretty good job there, but I'd like to have a spare truck, and one that I feel that will be there once that primary truck is no longer suitable. So I selected and want to go back to my roots, which would be back in the day when predominantly they were just cabovers. And a cabover is basically this. I'll switch over here. This is a cabover. The engine basically sits underneath the cab of where the driver is operating. So the engine is right there and the driver would be right there also. Basically, these trucks were designed in the early days of trucking. They were designed this way to keep the length of the trucks down. Basically, when the trailers back then were anywhere from 40 to 45 feet long, and I believe the overall length maximum that was allowed on the interstates was 65 feet. If someone has a different information on the length, please comment down below. But pretty much, well, that was the reason for this style of truck. Since then, the over-length laws have been relaxed, and that's why you see trucks that have a hood or nose that's in front, and the driver is sitting back much further back there behind the front axle, giving them a much better ride. But I've learned, and my first truck was a cabover similar to this. It was a 1981 Ford cabover. I used to haul furniture, but I didn't quite like that there. But in the process of hauling for that company, I managed to buy a truck from the moving company, and that was technically my first truck. So that came with a 1984, I believe it was, that I bought that truck. Had it for a few years. Yes, I'll get it out correctly. So I'm quite used to driving these trucks. I mean, it's been a long time since I've driven one. And one thing is, key difference is that the driver is sitting right on top and in line with the left front steer tire. Quite a bit of difference there when you're driving what is called a conventional, which is the majority of the trucks that we have today on the road, where you have the nose of the truck and the driver is sitting about right there. So you get yourself quite used to sitting in the middle, or more towards the middle of the travel lanes. But now I'm gonna have to get myself, once I start driving this truck again, is to get myself positioned. I will almost feel like I'm riding the right or the left line there, because that's how much you get yourself used to centering a tractor trailer going down the road. So the purpose of this channel originally, and it still is to focus on getting this truck back on the road, but under my terms, because I still have a primary truck and I'm doing pretty good with it, and I'm not going to be in a rush to get this back on the road. I'll set my own pace, and got a lot of cleaning up to do. As you can tell, it's got the actual bottom of the exhaust is rotted out here, but as you can see, I cleaned this up the other day. You might be able to see it better there. That's a 475 horsepower V8 Detroit 2-stroke, and they sound awesome when they run. But to give you an idea of what things that need to be done on this truck, and we'll focus on that there in the future when we start actually working on it. As you can see, this brake line, which this truck has been sitting outside and exposed to the light since 1995. So that's what sunlight does to rubber. So majority of these airlines and other things there that is rubber, even the rubber grommets there for the shocks, they all need to be replaced. And probably be a good idea to replace the airbags because they've been exposed to the sunlight. That's the last thing that you want to have happen, is to have one of these airbags blow out away from the shop. And when they go off, it sounds like a cannon when they blow. So, yep, we're gonna have to put brakes on this. Brakes drums. So just touching base, let you know what we're up against. But in the meantime, we're going to be posting other videos about our day-to-day operations, keeping the channel going pretty well. But in the meantime, we're trying to come up with plans with getting this puppy started. Now, because it has this Detroit there with mechanical injectors, because it's been sitting so long, it has to be properly addressed as and when you go to start it. You can't just put fresh batteries there, drain, which those fuel tanks there, it has got a lot of junk on the bottom, so I'm going to have to drain the fuel and all the junk that's in the bottom of the fuel tanks, put fresh diesel fuel in, and new oil filters, new oil, before I even try to start it. But before even trying to start it, you're going to have to pull, let me get underneath here, I'm not sure if you can see that, going to have to pull that valve cover on this side and go to the other side and pull the other valve cover. And on each side, you're going to have 4 fuel injectors. Well, chances are, from sitting for, gosh, I mean, how long, but since 1995, odds are against you finding any injectors that are still freed up. Now, if you don't, check to make sure that the injectors are moving and not stuck. If you're to go to start this thing and you do not have all of them freed up and one or more is stuck, that's going to induce what is called a runaway. A runaway is like when you get in the truck, turn the key, and you have your foot to the floor, and it'll go as high as that, as much fuel as it'll take there. It'll go and go and go, and you won't be able to shut it off. You turn the key off, it'll keep running. Even if you cut the fuel off, it'll keep running. You have to somehow choke it off, which somehow you would have to choke that up top there. That's the air inlet. But so the first thing is to make sure that you don't run into that issue or be vulnerable and put in that position of having a runaway. So that's why you need to take the time to pull the valve covers and make sure it's correct. Anyway, just wanted to make this short video, even though this video is a little bit longer than the videos I have been posting lately about the day-to-day operations of Bilco Transportation there and what I do. So just trying to keep things fresh, and I would appreciate there, I mean, if you like this kind of content there, please click the like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon there to be notified of new videos, and share it, because I mean, I want to make things interesting. I want to show you guys there what's going on there. Try to make it as exciting, or not boring, I should say, going the other spectrum. Is that I really like to say, I would really see when I get to the point there where I know how to, should I say, editing. This wouldn't be just one long continuous video. So I'll be able to do much better videos once I get a better handle on it. So I'm just being honest with you. I really want to show you how to do this. I am not all familiar with, but I am learning how to do videos and get all the oohs and ahs and pauses and all that other stuff there that most people, including me, don't like to hear. So if you would subscribe, like, share. And if you have any comments about what you suggest about the truck, what you'd like to see, what you don't like to see, any stories about maybe you've driven one in the past, maybe your grandfather has driven one in the past there, but like to keep this going. Like I said, this is going to be my last truck that I drive. Driving for 38 years now, and probably will be driving for another 10 years or so. So once I get this truck into shape and it's ready for the road, I'll probably make this my primary truck, and have the other truck be my backup. So that's the plan. And again, I hope you like the channel, and I'll be making improvements, so stick with me, and I hope we can improve as we go, which I know we will. All right, thanks again. Take care now.